Thank you so much. When we think of a stroke, we often think of someone older. That's not always the case, though. There are plenty of young people in their 20s and 30s being diagnosed with having a stroke. And joining me this morning is Chair of the Department of Neurosurgery at John Peter Smith Hospital, Dr. George Cravens. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. First of all, I think we've all heard the word stroke, but what exactly is a stroke?
Basically, a stroke is where there has been either a blockage of blood flow to the brain and the brain dies, or there's actually been a rupture with hemorrhage into the brain.
More popular than you might think in the U.S., someone has a stroke approximately every 4 seconds.
It is the second leading cause of death in the world.
Wow, wow, goodness. Okay, so why, Shannon Murray did a story that we aired a little bit earlier on Good Day, and she interviewed two really young people. They look healthy. Why are we seeing more young people having strokes?
Those two patients, Jesse and Eddie, they both had congenital vascular problems, and so they had hemorrhages from those. But we're also seeing patients that, because of cholesterol, blood pressure issues, and so forth, we see a lot of young patients as well that have strokes.
Cholesterol. I mean, those are usually things that we think of related to elderly people. So why you think more young people are dealing with those kind of issues?
I think that as we become more aware of some of the causative factors of stroke, we're seeing them in young patients, and so it becomes important to check those things as well.
So we're getting better. We're getting better at diagnosing, getting better at, I don't know, knowing that something might happen. Is that true?
Yep.
That's true. Okay. So what should you do if you or someone might be having a stroke? What should we be looking for?
This is the Stroke Awareness Month, and the big message that we want to get to the public is that when you see someone with symptoms, and we're using the acronym FAST.
Okay.
If they have an abnormal facial appearance, they have an arm weakness, there's a problem with their speech, then you want to look at the time in the sense of you want to call 911.
Okay, so it is FAST because of the acronym. So F is the face drooping to one side. Here you can see it. A is does one arm drift downward? Person's speech sounds slurred or strange. I mean, can you tell?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, is there cases sometimes where you're like, oh, what's wrong with this person, or is it usually pretty
It's
obvious?
pretty obvious, but
Okay.
I mean, many times people will try to say, oh, you know, let me rest, or it'll get better. And the point that we want to get across is no. Call 911, get them to the hospital so we have a chance to treat these people.
Nice, nice. Now, what are different ways that people can prevent? Is it preventative? Is a stroke preventative?
You know, typically it's the basic things we would talk about. You know, your weight, you want to, you know, food you eat, exercise, smoking, drinking, and that sort of thing. But what's really changed is in the last year, at the beginning of this year, they changed the time period that we have in order to treat strokes. And that went from a time window of approximately 4 hours to 24 hours.
Oh.
And that's tremendous. And
Right.
so that's really a change in the opportunity for us to intervene and help people with strokes.
Got to get treatment fast.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the message.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we have a link with more information on strokes on our website, fox4news.com. Coming up.